Hello everyone, welcome to Core Guide. And today in this session, we will see the for loop and while loop in Python. We'll mention the topic for loop, and while loop in Python. Okay. Now the question is why use loop? Okay. So we'll mention the question here. Why use loop? Now loop allows us to repeat a block of code multiple times. First of all, loop allow us to use repeat. Sorry. Loops allows us to repeat a block of code multiple times. Multiple times. And it is useful for tasks like going through a list, printing a pattern, or checking condition repeatedly. Okay. So this is the definition of loop. Now, first of all, we'll start with the for loop. Okay. First one is the for loop, and then we'll move after completing the for loop, we'll move towards the while loop. So for loop, in definition, we can mention for loop is used to iterate over a sequence. For loop is used to execute or iterate over a sequence. And it can be like a list or string or a ring or now syntax. We'll see for syntax. Syntax is for item in sequence, and we need to do something here. Maybe it be the print statement or the else block or anything we want to execute. So this is the syntax. Now we start with the example for loop. We start with the example. Now first we'll see the how we can print number from 1 to 5. Print number from 1 to 5. Okay. So that for that we'll use the for I in range, and I will mention the number. I will start with 1, and I will mention the last one that is 6, and I will see or print I. Okay. Now what will happen here? We'll start printing I. Let us start with I 1, and we will move towards the 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the sixth number last will be not used here. So what we can see here, we starting from the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is the use of print, and using for loop we can iterate over each element, and we can print this element using the print statement. Now we'll see how we could loop through a list. Next is loop through a list. Suppose we have a fruit variable where we have different values. I have apple, I have banana, okay, banana, and I have mango. So we'll start with the for loop for fruit in fruit. Okay, the sequence is fruit here, and I will print the fruit. Whatever the variable I have mentioned here, that is or I can also mention I here, and I can insert I here, or I can use fruit in fruit. And when we print the fruit, we will get the all element from the list. That is apple, banana, and mango. In this way, we can look through a list. You guys can include examples or the different values instead of fruit. You can mention different subject or mark or many elements are present where you can practice these examples and see how for loop works using through a or for looping through a list. Now we'll see, we'll look through a string here. Next example is look through a list. Now suppose for char in hello, print char. So it is looking through each character of the string from the, that is the hello here. First we'll print H, then a E, one L, and then I can also mention any word here. I will mention here I, and while printing instead of cat, I will use I. We will get the same result, that is looking through each character in the string. In this way, we can look through a list. Now we'll see how we could get a sum of numbers from 1 to 10. For that, next is sum of number from 1 to 10. Now for that, we need to use a variable where we can store the sum of number. So I'm assigning 0 value towards the variable total, and after iterating through each number, I will add sum out to the sum of the numbers and then store in the total. So we'll see how it will go. So for I in range of, now I want to take the sum of numbers from 1 to 10. Now as I want numbers from 1 to 10, I will mention it 11. As the last number is skipped here, so 11 will be skipped. I will get the sum of numbers from 1 to 10. What I'll do here, total I. Okay. And when I print it, that is the sum, I'll mention the variable total and we'll see how it looks. So sum is 55. What I've done here, starting from 1, I've stored first of all in the loop for what is the first number here? 1. Okay. As total is 0, so total 0 plus 1 equal to 1. I've stored that number here. The second will be, the second number in the range will be 2, and 2 plus previous number in the total was 1, so 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 will be stored. Likewise, we will continue till the number 10. You can also do it manually if we got the right result. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 and plus 10. So we are getting 55. First of all, we started with 1, as to a previous number for total is 0. So 0 plus 1, we got number as 1 here, the total. And for the second number, we got 2. Now 2 plus 1, that is the 3. 3 will be stored here. After that, the third number will be there, and third plus 3 plus the previous number and the total is 2. So likewise, it will go on iterating, and at the last, we will get number as total sum of numbers from 1 to 10 as 55. We can also use here total plus I. So we got the same result here. We can use this, or we can use equal to I. So we get the same result with the 55. Likewise, you guys can add number from 1 to 100 or 1 to 1000 and see results. Now, when we take the, when we want to add sum of number from 1 to 100, then what I will put here, for I in range of 1, comma, 101. So we'll get the numbers between 1 to 100, and then we'll get the sum of each number, right? Now, next, we will see how we could print even number from 1 to 10. Next is print even number from 1 to 10. Okay, we'll use the for loop here. For I in range, and as I want number from 1 to 10, I'll mention 1 comma 11 semicolon, and I'll mention the if statement or the if block of code, where I'll say if I is divisible by 2 and equal to 0, then I will print I. Otherwise, it will not print. So when I execute it, we'll start from 1. Is 1 divisible by 2 equal to 0? No. So we skip that number. Then the next number is 2. Is 2 divisible by 2 equal to 0? Yes. So we got 2. For 3, the if statement will not be satisfied. So 3 will be skipped. Then we have 4. 4 divided by 2 equal to 0. And that is the even number. So we got 4. Likewise, we will go up to 10. So we got all the even number 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. In this way, we can get the print. We can print even number from 1 to 10. Now you guys try for odd number. For odd number, what you will do? So suppose for I in range 1 to 11, okay, semicolon, and if I divisible by 2 not equal to 0, then we will print I. So we got all the odd numbers. So in this way we can print even numbers as well as odd numbers. Now moving on, hope you are guys understanding what you are trying to do here. How we could use for loop for iterating for multiple. What's against sequence? Or we can use range. We can use list. We can use string. Here we have used list. Here we have used string. So in this way we can do looping using the for loop. Now we'll see how we could use loop with break condition. So next would be loop with break. Okay. Now suppose I use for loop and I mention the range for I in range, and I will mention 1 to 10. So it will get number within 1 to 9, and I will mention the if block if I equal to 5. Okay. Then what I will do? I will stop the process using the break statement, and I will print I. So what happened here? I was printing each and every number until the condition if block. First of all, we went with 1. Is 1 equal to 5? No. So it will print I. Next with 2. 2 is equal to 5? No. And it would print the I, that is the 2. Then we move on with the 3, 4. But when we mention the 5 number here, 5 equal to 5, then we mention the break condition. So the loop has been break here. And after breaking, as I 5 equal to 5, we will not able to get the print statement because here the loop has ended and it will not execute the other part, that is printing I. So we got the numbers between 1 to 4. We can try another example also. So for I in range of suppose 1 to 20, if I equal to 10, then we would break and then I will print I. Okay. Now, whenever I'm printing I, I'm not mentioning the print at the what we can say below the break statement because I'm using after the if condition is executed. So print will be outside the if block. And whenever the if block is executed, whatever will be the I that will be executed. If block is executed and the break condition is satisfied, then it will break here, and then the print statement will not be printed here. We'll see what happened here. Up till 9, we got the what we can say the print. We have printed the I value. But what happened at the 10th? At 10 equal to 10, then we got the break statement, and the loop has ended here. We got all the values up till 9 here, starting from. So this is the we can do looping with break statement. Now we'll start with the continue statement. 7th is loop with continue. For that, we will mention the for loop for I in range, starting from 1 to 6, for example, semicolon, and I will mention if I equal to 3. Okay, then what I will mention? I will mention continue, and after uh, that, I will print I. So what happened here? We have range of for I in range of 1 to 6. So the range will be actually from 1 to 5. For the first number 1, starting from 1 in the range, that is the first number. So 1 is not equal to 6. So this block of code will not be executed. Block of code is not executed. So we'll print after coming out of the if block, we printed the I. So we got one value. Now the second number is 2. So 2 is also not equal to 3. So this condition is not satisfied if block. So we'll print 2. Now, when we come towards the 3, if I equal to 3, then we continue. So what we will do, we'll skip the third value here. That is the use of continue statement. If the condition is satisfied, then that value will be continued or kept here. So 3 will be not printed here. but 4 and 5 has been printed here. So that is the use of continuous statement to keep that particular value by using the continuous. Hope you guys understood the continuous statement and also the break statement. Now moving on, we'll use using range with step here. We'll use the step type. So it would be using range with step. Okay. Now we'll understand the range in more detail. For I in range, first of all, we are mentioning only two values, the start and the end. Now, we'll also mention the step size through which whatever will be the step size, it will keep that number and mention the next number. For example, now I'll start with 0. Start number is 0. My end number is 10 and my step size is 2. Now, watch carefully how this block of code will be executed and we'll get the answer. Now, starting with 0, we got the first value, we print the I, we got 0. Now the next two elements will be skipped here. Okay. So after skipping here two elements, that is the 0 and the 1, the next would be the second one, second number. So second number we got here. Now after skipping the 2, as step size is 2, so that will be 4. After skipping 2, step size is 2, so we got 6, and then we got 8. And the next number would be 9, which will not be used as we have the step size of 2. That will be 10, but 10 is not used there. It will be only work till 9 steps, till the 9 number. So in this way, we can use the step size, which is the starting point, which is the ending point of any range or sequence, and then we have the step size. We are skipping two numbers here after each iteration. Starting from 0, we skip two elements, we got then the second value. After second, we skipped again two elements, we got 4, again 6, and again. So we will see one more example for I in range of suppose 1 to 20, and I will mention the step size as suppose okay 1. I will mention 1 and I will print I. Okay. So normally app step size default value is 1. So it will print all the elements present in the sequence starting from 1 till 19. So we got all the elements from 1 to 19. Now what if I mention here 3? What do you guys think? What will happen here? We'll see. Starting with 1, we skip 3 values. What we got? Then we got the 4. Again, we skip 3 values. We got 7, then 10, then 13, then 16, and then 19. I will mention here now 4. Starting with 1, and we skip 4 values. We got 5, 9, and 13, and then 7. So this is the use of step 5. Now, we'll see looping through dictionary. Okay. Next is loop through a dictionary. Now we'll mention the dictionary named person. We'll mention the different values. Name is key. The value for key is suppose Bob. Then another key we will have age. Its value will be suppose 25. Okay. Now I want to look through a dictionary. So what I'll look for key in person. That is the variable. So I'll use for key in person, and then I will print key. That is the I. You can also assume, and then I will mention the person. So what do we got here? You got name, Bob, age, 25. Now, what if I remove this? I'll copy the whole block of this and I'll remove this. I'll just print the key here. What are the keys here? Name and age. These are both are key. In this way, we can iterate or look through a dictionary. Now, we'll start with the while loop. Hope you guys understood for loop, how it works, how we can use looping through a sequence using range, then using the list, we have mentioned the year list to string, and you guys can back to different examples. We could use the step size here and see how it works. Now next is while loop. Next is while loop. We'll see its definition. While loop runs as long as the so syntax is while. We'll mention the condition here. and then we'll do something else. Okay. So here complete. This is the syntax basically for while loop. We'll see now examples. Now what if I want to print numbers from 1 to 5 using the while loop? What I want to do? I want to print number from 1 to 5. Okay. Now suppose I mention I as 1. Starting number will be 1. Then I will mention the condition using the while and then the condition. I should be less than or equal to 5. That is my condition. After that, I will print I. Now here, in case of while loop, you also need to start with for starting with the next number in the as you have not mentioned any range here. So we need to mention the range also. So for that we'll just or we'll need to increase the number. Starting with the 1, it will just print I. So if I execute this block of code, what will happen? It will be never ending. So to avoid this, what I will do? So it is going up to infinity, which is not good. So what I will do? I'll mention some. So to move on towards the next number, what I'll do? I'll say that after printing I, you increase the value of I by 1. Now we'll see what happens. So starting with the 1, while the condition is that I should be less than or equal to 5. Okay. Then we'll get the print I and then we'll increase I by 1 number. So first value will be 1. After printing 1, we have increased the value of I. Now i's value is 2 here. So 2 is less than or equal to 5. We will print 2 and increase the value of I. Now 2 plus 1 equal to 3. Now I is equal to 3. Is 3 less than or equal to 5? Yes, then we will got the print value. We printed 3. Now we will increase one number. So 3 plus 1 equal to 4. Now 4 is less than or equal to 5. So we will print the 4 value. And again I will increase the one number. So 4 plus 1 equal to 5. Now 5 is less than or equal to 5. So this condition will also satisfied. We'll print I. Now we'll add one more number towards I. Now previously I was 5. So 5 plus 1, 6. Is 6 less than or equal to 5? No. So we didn't print the I statement. This is the working of while loop. Now we'll see countdown from 5 with the next example. Next is countdown from 5. Now suppose I give n equal to 5. Okay. And as the n variable as the value 5, I will use the while and my condition would be n is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Then I will print the n, which is the value. Okay. Now I want to go from 5 towards the 1. So I will decrease one value each time. So for that part, I will use minus equal to 1. Okay, what will happen? First number is 5. If 5 greater than 0, satisfied, you'll get 5. Now we'll reduce one more number. So 5 minus 1 is 4. Now n value has 4 value. So if 4 is greater than equal to 0 or 4 is greater than 0, yes, condition is satisfied. So we'll get the 4 value printed. After that, we'll reduce one more number. So we'll do minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is 3. Now n has value 3. So 3 is greater than 0. Then this condition will be also satisfied. So we'll get the print n. Now we got the third value printed. Now we will reduce one more number. So 3 minus 1 equal to 2. N has now 2 value. Is 2 greater than 0? Yes. So we will print 2. After printing the 2 value, we will decrease one more number from that. So 2 minus 1 equal to 1. Now n has 1 value. So is 1 greater than 0? Yes. So we'll get the print 1. We got the 1. And then we'll reduce one more number. So 1 minus 1 equal to 0. Is 0 greater than 0? No. So we will not print the n. And at that time the loop has ended. So condition is satisfied here. Whatever the condition which I have mentioned, whenever the condition will be satisfied or it will be true, at that time the loop will stop. This is the use of while loop. I will see the sum of numbers until total exceeds 20. Third one is sum of numbers until total exceeds 20. Okay. Now previously when we did the sum of numbers for loop, we measured the variable where we wanted to store the sum of all numbers. So here also we'll use that. So total equal to 0 and we start with 1. So I equal to 1. We'll mention the while and the condition would be total should be less than or equal to 20. the value of total should not exceed 20. That is the condition. What happens each time? I'm adding each number in the total with the previous number. So what is the condition here? Total I. Now for I starting is 1. Okay. Total should increase with should do the sum of numbers with the I, and then I also should increase by 1 for each time. Because starting with 1, after getting the addition of first number, then we'll start with the second number. So for that we need I plus or equal to 1. Now we'll print the last part. Print total, and we mention the variable total. Let's see what happens here. Now total here is less than or equal to 20. We got total here 21. First of all, we started with the first. Now I equal to 1. So I and total value 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. So that would be the 1 value in the total, and we'll increase I by 1. Now I we have 2. Now if first of all, we add one value in the total. So if one less than or equal to 20 is satisfied, like that we'll add previous value with the I, as we have I 2 here. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, and the first value will be added 1. So it will be 2 now. Likewise, it will go up till whenever the condition will be satisfied, and total should be less than or equal to 20. So that is the condition, and in this way we can get the sum of number until total exceeds 20. We generally in the industry, we always go with the for loop as it is easy to use. So while loop is not used that much in the industry as it is more complicated than the for loop. But still for practice, we'll see how while loop works. Now we'll see while with break. Okay. Next is while with break condition. Okay. Now first of all, we'll mention the I here. That is the one. We'll start with 1. Now while true, this is the condition. If I equal to 5, then we will mention break. Okay. And then I will print I. After printing I, then I will also increase the value of I equal to 1. Now we'll see what happens here. We have used the break condition in the for loop. Same will be executed. Just the syntax is different. I equal to 1 while true. If I equal to 5, this condition is not satisfied. So we'll get the print statement, and then the I value will be increased by 1. So now I value is 2. If 2 equal to 5, no, then we'll get the print value. Again, I will be increased by 1. So we now have 3. 3 is not equal to 5. So we'll get the print statement. After that, we'll move on towards the 4. Now 4 plus 1, then the 5th. If 5 equal to 5, yes, then the loop will end here. So this is how we can use the break statement using while loop. You can practice other examples also. You can mention different values here. 5 equal to 10, and that way we can get the answer as expected. Now we'll start with the continue. Next is while with continue. We'll start with 0. So I equal to 0, and then we'll mention the while condition. Condition is I should be less than 5. Okay. I value should not be exceed 5. And then we'll increase the I value each time during looking at plus 1. And we'll mention the if condition if I equal to 3, then we will continue. That is, will continue means what? We will keep that value, and then we'll get the, then we'll print the I1. What happened here? First of all, we had I value, but previously what we have done, I plus or equal to 1 was the last. We have I value, it will be increased by 1. Is the 1 equal to 3? No. We'll print the I statement. Again, we'll move on with the I value is 1 now. Then we'll increase the value of I 1 by 1. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Is 2 equal to 3? No. We'll print I. Then next one, 2 plus 1 equal to 3. Is 3 equal to 3? So continue. This condition will be satisfied. So we'll keep the value of 3. And again, 3 plus 1 equal to 4. 4 equal to 3? No. We'll print 4. Again, next number will be 4. 4 plus 1. Now 4 is not equal, not what we can say, greater than 5. So we will have the fourth value. So 4 plus 1 equal to 5. Now 5 not equal to 3. Continue. We will get the print statement. After 5, 5 is less than 5 is what we can say, not less than or equal to, or no, 5 not less than 5. So I plus 1 equal to 6. Now first of all, when we will reach towards the 5, this condition will be not satisfied. Is 5 less than 5? No. So the loop will end here. That is how we can use while with continuous statement. Hope you guys have understood. Now next, we'll see, we'll print even numbers using while loop. Previously, we have also used printing even numbers by using for loop. We'll see now with while loop. Print, print even number using while. Okay. What I'll do here, I'll start with 2. I know 1 is not an even number, so I'll say I equal to 2. I'll use the while and I'll mention the condition that I is less than or equal to 10. Okay. Then I will print I, and then I will increase the I value by 2. So all the time I will get only even value. We know, starting from the second value, uh, we have the even numbers as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I'll increase the value of I by 2. So no need to do any divisible by 2. Just I will increase the value of I with 2 and we will get the even number. Up till when I is less than or equal to 10. So when we get the 10 value, and the condition would be satisfied, and the loop after that, the 12 number will not be included. So we'll see how it look. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So in for loop, we are doing divisible by 2 equal to 0. They are just we are increasing, as we know, only one numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I want the even numbers up till 10 here. So that is the condition. I is less than or equal to 10. Up till that we'll get the print I, that is the even number, and then after increasing the value by after getting 10, so 10 plus 2 is equal to 12, but 12 is not, what do we say, less than or equal to 10. So that condition will not be satisfied and will stop here and the loop will break here. So in this way, we can predict one number using while. Now, hope you guys understood the while loop, as well as now there could be, what we can say, you should be careful or don't run unless needed. So while to print looping, also looping can be done in infinite way in the while using while condition. So you should be careful. Like in the first example, if you got here, didn't mention the to increase the I value by 1 year. So what we are doing when we mentioned I equal to 1, while I is less than or equal to 5, print I. But we are not increasing. Each time it was using the I, which is the first value. For first loop, what we did, I equal to 1. 1 is not less than equal to 5, so we print I. For the next loop, I is the same value, which is the 1. So again, it will go with the 1 value. Is 1 less than or equal to 5? No. So we will print I. So in this way, it has got into infinite loop, which is not good. So for that part, we should always, what we can say, after printing I, we can always say I plus equal to 1. After that, what will happen? Get up to 5 until the condition is true. Now, for summary, we know, for loop it is known for a known number of iterations or sequences. So we will type that. In case of summary. In case of for loop, we can have known number of iterations, known number of iterations or sequences. In case of while loop, we have unknown number of repetitions until the condition is met. Unknown number of repetitions, and after till the condition is met. So condition. We have seen the breaks, which it is used to exit the loop early, and then we have continue to keep current iteration, right? We have seen this continuous segment. So that is the use of, what we can say, looping techniques. That is the for loop and while loop. There are any questions, you can give a feedback and we'll see, you can discuss how we could satisfy our problem or the query. And we have finished with the implementation part of the looping techniques, that is the for loop and while loop. And I'll see you guys in the next session. Till then.